Hey guys, this is Steel Griever. We got another WifiBattle here with Zeil from the Cerebi chat room. He leads off with a Scyther, I lead off with my Celebi, and I'm just going to kind of scout what he is, so I stay in and set up my stealth rocks. He goes for the Bug Bite, and being Scyther is a ridiculously high attack, and this isn't a bulky Celebi, it brings me down to my sash. I bring up my stealth rocks, so that's going to help me out later on in the fight. I bring it back and I send out my Empoleon because I know he can take a bug bite. Because this is actually a bulky sword dance Empoleon, so I know he's going to switch out here. So I set up the sword dance on his switch out, and he brings out his Porygon 2 and takes some stealth rock damage, and its download raises its attack. So I get my sword dance up, and I'm thinking, all right, now I'm going to start sweeping a little bit here. But then he goes for the trick. I'm thinking, crap, what's he gonna trick me? And he gets my leftovers and I get choice specs. I'm thinking, oh my god, of all things I could have gotten, it's pretty useless now on my Empoleon. So my Empoleon is pretty much death fodder at this moment. It'll do some damage later on, but that's it. He switches then out into Aggron, and I go for the Avalanche again, thinking that I'll just keep Empoleon in, but that barely does anything. So then I bring out my Celebi as death fodder to kind of see what he's going to do when he sets up a Rock Polish. And I'm thinking, crap, now I'm not going to have a Pokemon that's going to be faster than his Aggron. He just takes out my Celebi with a Brick Break easily. So now I only have one Scarfed Pokemon, that's my Heracross. So I send him out and I go for the close combat, and with Stab and ×4 weakness, I'll easily take out his Aggron. So I don't have to worry about him sweeping me with that thing. I get the special defense and defense drop there with the close combat, and he brings out his Scyther, and it's going to take half health from the stealth rocks, so it's really nice I got this up. He then goes for the aerial ace, and I'm thinking that that tells me right there that he's Scarf and not Banded, because otherwise I would have easily outsped him with my Heracross. So now I don't have a Pokemon that'll outspeed his Scyther. So I bring out my Suicune. He goes for another aerial ace as I set up a Calm Mind because I figured I was going to stay in with this for a little bit and I could have done some damage with it. And then I get some leftover health, and his aerial ace probably actually did a lot more than I thought with a Scarf, but that just shows you how beastly Scyther is, and it doesn't have to be a Scissor. I go for a Roar to kind of scout what he is, and I know that if he brings that Scyther back out, it'll die from Stealth Rocks, and I roar out his Suicune, and I'm like, crap, I did not want to see this Pokemon. It can easily wall a lot of my Pokemon that I have left, and I go for another Roar to roar it out, but he sends out his Swellow instead, so I roar that away, and I actually get his Scyther, and I'm like, thank you. That is the one thing I wanted, and I take out that Scyther with Stealth Rocks. Kind of an easy, cheap kill, but I had nothing that could outsped that thing and taken it out, so I'm happy I got that out of the way. He then brings out his Swellow again, and instead of being a Roar bitch, I decided to go for the Ice Beam, knowing it's super effective. And he sets up a sub, so the Ice Beam is going to easily take out that sub, being so super effective and everything. He then gets his Flame Orb activated, and with Swellow being Guts and the Facade, he's just going to Facade. So I bring back my Suicune and send Empoleon back out, knowing he can easily take a Facade. And I was thinking after burn damage and a quick Aqua Jet would easily be able to take out that Swellow, but I misclick and he goes for an Endeavor, and it brings me down to whatever HP he was at, which is 30 HP, I think it is. Yeah, it's 30. And I misclicked and I went for Drill Peck, and I was thinking, oh, I could have had a lot more HP on this Empoleon. He could have maybe done a little bit more. So then he brings out his Ambipom, and it's just going to go for a Fake Out, and that's easily going to take out my Empoleon, sadly, but with specs and everything, it was pretty much useless. So then I bring out my Lucario, and I was hoping I was a little bit faster, but he's faster than me, and he goes for the Brick Break, and that's going to do crap load to my Lucario, brings it to 50 HP, and I went for the Aura Sphere. I could have gone for the Vacuum Wave to go for priority, but I wasn't sure if it would take out the Ambipom even after Specs and Stab and everything. And plus he had Suicune left, so I went for the Vacuum Wave just to do max damage as possible. It takes out the Ambipom with the super effectiveness, and he brings back his Suicune. I go for the Aura Sphere once again, hoping to do as much damage as possible because all I have left is Suicune and Infernape. And if close combat with the Infernape doesn't take out the Suicune, this is going to be a long fight. So he takes out my Lucario with a Surf easily, and I bring out my Infernape, and it's banded, and I know it'll be faster, so I go for the close combat, hoping that with the banded stab and everything, it'll take it out, and it does, thankfully. So now I know I have this in the bag, because the only Pokemon he has left is going to be his Porygon 2, and with close combat, it's going to easily take it out with super effectiveness. So that was a great game with Zeil, again, from Cerebi chat room. I hope to have a rematch with him, and I hope to have more fights up for you guys to see on YouTube. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys all later. Bye.